Good day, everyone. Today we're looking at corresponding angles. These are F-shaped angles. Now, the other day you learnt about a transversal. And so we've got two lines, A, B, and CD, and they've been cut by this transversal. When this transversal cuts through these two lines of A, B, and CD, angles are formed. You can see X1 and 2, 3 and 4, angle Y 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now, if I look carefully, we have this angle. Can you see what I'm talking about by an F? And that angle, isn't it? So we've got angle X3 and Y8. Angle Y8. They're known as corresponding angles. Can you see what I mean? So in F shape, there's the F. Okay, the line, this angle underneath that line, the angle underneath this line makes it corresponding angles. Can you spot any other corresponding angles? Yes, we have this X4 and Y5, right? This is a back to front F. So we have Y5 being equal to X4. Those are. I can also find others. I'll just show you. If you look, there's two lines. There's an upside down F. Can you see the upside down F here? This is an upside down F. We would have this angle here and that angle X2, angle X2 and Y7, angle Y7. They're known as corresponding angles as well. All right, so corresponding angles are F-shaped angles. Now, if you notice at this diagram, there aren't any parallel lines, okay? So those are just known as corresponding angles. But we're going to just focus on something slightly different now. If lines are parallel, then the corresponding angles are equal. If lines are parallel, then the corresponding angles are equal. And so this is what I'm talking about. Can you see that AB is parallel to CD? How do I know that? I know that by the arrows, okay? We know that parallel lines never meet. They are equal distance apart from each other. Now, with this, I need to tell you that with corresponding angles in where the lines are parallel, you find that they are equal. So, X3, angle X3 and this Y8, we can write it as angle X3 is equal to Y8. Why? Corresponding angles. And you must tell me which lines are parallel. AB is parallel to CD. Corresponding angles are only equal when the lines are parallel, right? So we have another set. We have this angle here, upside down, A4, and this angle, Y5. So I can write it as angle X4 is equal to angle Y5, corresponding angles. Which lines are parallel? AB is parallel to CD. There are other angles. Anyone notice other angles that we've got here? Okay, so we can also say Y6 and X1. Those angles there. That's an upside down F. So those angles are corresponding and they are equal angles. What am I talking about? Well, let's go on to further examples. These are just examples of other angles that are right. So we've got AB is parallel to CD. We've got X4 is equal to angle Y5. Right? They are equal to each other because AB is parallel to CD. Another example, we have x2 being equal to y7. Can you see the upside down F? Since AB is parallel to CD, therefore angle x2 is equal to y7, corresponding angles. If I turn my diagram around, we've got x1 being equal to y6. And then we can also say that this angle here, x3, is equal to y8. Those two are also known as corresponding angles. They are equal, okay, because we have AB being parallel to CD. Here's just a few examples we're going to go through. We have two lines drawn. AB is parallel to CD. And here, if you look, we've got A 70 degrees. A is equal to 70 degrees because it is corresponding angles. But you also need to tell me which lines are parallel. AB is parallel to CD. Another example is we have got PQ and RS. Can you see these two lines are not parallel? There's no arrows on them. But there are two other parallel lines. AB is parallel to CD. Now from this we can find X, Y, and Z. Because these two lines are parallel, that means that there is an F shape. All right, we have X equal to 82 degrees. Can you see the F I'm talking about? Our reason would be corresponding angles. AB is parallel to DC. Next one. We also learned the other day about vertically opposite angles. So look at this. These two lines are crossing and they're forming vertically opposite angles. That means Y is equal to 82 degrees. Our reason, vertically opposite angles. Then, let's just look. I have these two lines. Let's block them out. I have this line. Z and X lie next to each other. Okay, so they are on a straight line. They lie next to each other. That means they are adjacent to each other. And therefore, I can find Z. I already know that X is 82 degrees. So how can I find Z? I will say Z plus the 82 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Adjacent angles on a straight line. To find Z, it's equal to 180 minus 82 degrees. Therefore, Z is equal to 98 degrees. And that's how you work out corresponding angles.